Support for Just Seen It comes from Fandor, dedicated to supporting independent films and filmmakers. Movies from around the world are available at fandor.com/PTV. Fandor, all for film. Joe Ransom is an ex-con. He meets a 15-year-old boy who begins to look at him as a role model.
See, me and my daddy just got into town. I was wondering if you'd give us a job. We're looking for work.
In him, he sees a chance at redemption. In Joe.
Hi, I'm Salim, and I'm here with Leah and Liz. We're here to talk about the new David Gordon Green movie, Joe. We've all just seen it. Liz, what'd you think?
It was a nice return to the indie form for David Gordon Green, and it was an interesting, mysterious film that's certainly a downer, but I enjoyed myself the entire time while watching it.
I liked it from the first 5 minutes. It kind of starts kind of abrupt, but it builds the tension, and it shows the tension that's kind of slowly built over the course of the movie, and then it kind of smacks you in the face, like literally and figuratively, which I really enjoyed about the film.
I really wanted to see the lives of these three different men who are very simplistically drawn become much more complicated as their lives became more intertwined.
Over the course of the film, you really do get to know who Joe is, because at first you don't really realize that he's got these anger problems. You don't really realize that he, was in prison or anything like that. But I think that what's great is that it builds this tension. It makes you want him to affect this kid's life, but then you also realize why that might not be the best thing for him to do, considering where he's at.
I think we've entered into an age where we have jettisoned the backstory. I mean, consistently over and over and over again, it seems to me that what I find missing from films like Joe and many others is, I get that he's angry. Okay?
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. What is he angry about? Who made him angry? Why is it eating him alive? Otherwise, I don't care. There are a lot of people in the world who are angry.
Well, but I think, yeah, it's what kind of viewer you are as well, because I look at this movie and there's scenes where you're sitting with the imagery of the film, and then you hear this very heavy-handed voiceover from Nicolas Cage as he's lying in bed with his girlfriend, and I couldn't understand why it was there and what he was trying to say about his own character, but I did enjoy the mystery of it. So you're wondering, like, why is this happening? Why are these characters the way they are? And I'm sitting there thinking, I like the mystery.
I like the mystery, but then I don't get a payoff. And so then I get frustrated that you don't pay off my mystery.
Well,
that's what frustrates me.
I could kill him just as good as you could.
I know you could. I know you could. I know it. But you don't have to do that. Okay, son? Just stay here with me. You'll be safe here.
The casting of Gary Poulter as the father character, ingenious. I mean, when you watch the movie, I was watching the performance of Gary Poulter, and I was like, this guy has to be the character. Like, I can't imagine an actor encapsulating this character in any other way.
Very lived in.
And then when you read about his backstory, you're like, oh, he is the character. He is homeless man. He is an alcoholic, and he died after the film was shot.
Right. I love me some Nick Cage.
Me too.
Right? But I felt like with a film like this, a small film, his personality was too large for a film like this. And I really wanted to see him dial it back. I think the film works best when it draws you in. It operates from this place of attraction, not promotion. Yeah. I'm here. Look at me. And I wanted to see Nicolas Cage go to those places that we've seen him go before, in things like Leaving Las Vegas, even Moonstruck, where he's just really kind of... oh my God, Port's Call.
Bad Lieutenant, yeah.
I mean, well, he's allowed to go over the
that's
top
what I'm
of that.
saying. Like, that's the kind of Nick Cage I love.
He has this ability.
But there are scenes where Nicolas Cage is just sitting there or lying there, and I did get a lot of those moments where he just didn't do anything.
And that's what I loved about it. I felt like his character, they did a really great job at making us not know, like showing their cards too early.
Not showing them.
Not showing the cards too early in terms of who he is, in terms of his personality, because I felt like once all these things started happening to him, and once he, experiences, Gary and his father, I wanted him to kick this dude's butt.
But I liked the intensity of the combination.
Yeah.
It worked for me and as a viewer.
Especially with Ty Sheridan, who I thought was
so good.
Phenomenal. Like, we've seen him first in Mud. He was great there. Yeah. And he's even better here. He's got such gravitas for being such a young kid. He feels like he's an adult.
You're old enough, smart enough, do your own thing.
What's most important right now is me taking care of Dorothy and Mama. Because, we kind of got a family problem right now.
I think that my biggest problem with the film rests with the work of the director, David Gordon Green. This is the guy who gave us Pineapple Express.
But he also gave us George Washington.
I think when he goes out and he tries to mix tone, he doesn't get that very well.
I don't agree, though. I don't think he's mixing tones. I felt like it was a straight drama. I feel like, if anything there was that was different is just some odd scenes, but not necessarily played for comedy. I thought also he did a really good job of tension and building tension from scene to scene, and which I was impressed by considering he comes from a comedic background.
Maybe not a super fun time out of the movies, but a worthwhile trip nonetheless. See it.
While Joe has some fantastic performances in it, it's really not destination viewing for Nicolas Cage fans or fans of the Southern Gothic tradition, so I say stream it.
Joe is an interesting character study with some solid performances, juicy tension, and a return to form by Mr. Nicolas Cage. See it.
Our votes add up to 2.5 tickets, which is a see it for Joe.
Cheers.
Have a hot
Cup of...
No.
Hey! You want to know how much you're getting paid?